dead, be very afraid. Be afraid. It's the end of our days, heard what I said now? God put me on earth to burn this motherfucker straight down. Everybody dead now, everybody dead.
One eternity later.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I am going to be helping you guys out with the military base. Now, this is a video for new players and new players only. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to my channel if you guys are new here watching for the very first time, and also hit me up in the comment section down below. Ladies and gentlemen, in order for you guys to get to the military base, you must first pass the obstacle course. Now, you're probably saying, what the hell is an obstacle course doing inside of a driving simulation? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a part of a driving simulation. You have to go through different types of terrain. Even when you're doing a real life driving test and stuff like that, they're going to test your abilities to drive in certain conditions and also in certain areas. So it makes sense that they give you a sort of like realistic factor inside of the video game. So here we are at the obstacle course. Now, as you guys can see, it is crazy crafted, this freaking obstacle course. You got all of these rocks, you got these little bumps and hills in here, you got these tree logs and stuff like that. Now, in the beginning, when I started playing, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't able to make it to the military base. And the reason why I wasn't able to make it is because you have to use your car in order to make it to the military base. As you can see, I'm walking on foot right now to the entrance, or at least one of the entrances, because there's another entrance. And look at this, there's this little pool of water here. And then you have this over here that you gotta, sort of climb over with your car, and then you can successfully enter the military base. But as I was saying, back in the day, you wasn't able to get all the way this far with the vehicle, because the fact of the matter was the game was just, just in its early stages of development, and they haven't added what we have today. So in 2024, what we have today are different custom made tires. So we have pro drift tires, we have pro racing tires, and we have off-road tires. In order for you to make it here, ladies and gentlemen, it is highly recommended that you have either an SUV with off-road tires, or have yourself a big truck with off-road tires. So I'll show you guys how to get through here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spawn my beast, and we're gonna spawn it inside of the military base here. If we can, it should be able to spawn somewhere. So here it is. Now this is the Tetra Armor. It's not really called this in real life. I forgot what the name of the vehicle is, but you guys probably remember this truck from the Fast and Furious movie. The Rock drove this truck and he put it through some crazy test, and this thing, it passed with flying colors. Like, it has so much power, it has so much strength, it has so much capabilities. It's almost like a tank, but it's not a tank. You know what I'm saying? Now this has the the out-road. This has the off-road tires on it. Now, when this was made, it didn't have the off-road tires, as I mentioned. So this was something that they had to add to the game a little bit later on. So I'm going to show you how I get in and out of here. And then we're also going to spawn a different type of vehicle as well. So with the flexibility of the off-road tires, I'm able to power over all of this stuff in here. Now, there are going to be some times where you might end up getting stuck in here, you know what I mean? And if you end up getting stuck, that's because your vehicle doesn't have the off-road tires and doesn't have the capability to get out of situations like this. Even if you go all the way out here and you want to get back to the main road, look at this. It can literally go over the bumps of the separation between the grass and the road. That is so dope. Now, let me show you something else, ladies and gentlemen. This is where, you know, the flex sort of comes in. Now let's say you don't want to use that super big, massive tank of a car. You want to use something smaller. Okay, well, as long as you have the off-road tires and your car has the height, I would say go for something smaller. You know what I mean? But me personally, I wouldn't use something smaller. So let me show you what I was using in the beginning. So I was using this DXB here, this Aston Martin. So this is like the first car that I had, right? And I was using this to try and get into and exit out of the military base. Now, mind you, this doesn't have off-road tires. So let's see if I get stuck here using this car. Now, here's the difference. This is a all-terrain suitable vehicle, you know what I mean? So logically it would make sense, but I did lift the height of the car just slightly so that way it can go over the bumps without having the lip of the car touch the floor of the ground, if you get what I'm saying. So I was able to use this car in the beginning successfully. But if you take another option, let's say, what else do I want to use for an example? We got so many cars. Let's say the G-Wagon. Let's go ahead and pull up our G-Wagon. We also have a Land Rover in here as well. Land Rovers are actually very, very capable off-road if you guys have ever seen commercials. But in the game, I did not put my Land Rover on off-road tires. I just have normal, regular tires on there. So I kind of want to test that out too, seeing as we're already testing out all of the vehicles here. Let's go ahead and test out, excuse me, a luxury vehicle. So look at this, very nice in the color. We changed this as well. If you guys are OG members, you remember I had the Golden State colors up in this vehicle and it was looking atrocious according to the people that are in the Taxi Boss Discord server. So we immediately changed it to black and then everybody started to say, oh, that's really cool. So this thing has a little bit of power to it. Not gonna lie, but let's see if this power can get us through here. It's a little rough. So we made it out. You know, you got horsepower, then you have the off-road tires. So those are great combinations in order for you guys to successfully get back and forth through the military base. Let's go ahead and test out the G-Wagon. So I'm going to be testing every possible big and small car that I have. We're not going to go like super small with like our sports cars and race cars and stuff like that, but I'm just pertaining to like vehicles such as the Land Rover here. We also have a Range Rover. We also have the G-Wagon. We have the Escalade. So let's see. So here's the Range Rover in red. And let's go to our G-Wagon here. Where is it? Here it is. I got so many cars. Sometimes it's very hard to find vehicles. Alright, so we got this joint in yellow. We don't really drive this anymore. This was something that we drove in the very, very beginning. On this one, though, we have race tires on here. Now, the reason why I put race tires on here is just to match the yellow. Other than that, I don't really race with this. That'd be kind of stupid. But let's just go ahead and see if this has what it takes to make it through this terrain here. yeah, so we made it, but it's not as clean. It was a bit of a force, like a little bit of force I had to put into stepping on the gas in order to make it over. But as long as you lift the ride up, as far as like when you're customizing and modifying your car, make sure you pick up the height just a little bit to make it over the bumps and the hills and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and test out another vehicle here. Now let's go ahead and test out this since we mentioned it. So this is the Cadillac Escalade here, another luxurious car, if you will. You see all the wrappers pull up in this. Now I want to make this black, but I'm kind of sticking with the blue for now because I love the way it looks. And then we got those eyes on the front right there. That looks super dope. So those are the neon lights right there. Alright, so we got normal tires on this one, no race tires. So let's see if we can make it through here. Same situation. You can feel the force. Like if I'm trying to step on it, and look at that. We end up getting stuck. And you see why? Look at where the lip of the car is. Right at the front of the tree branch. So even if we try to back up a little bit, we're stuck. We're dead. I'm pushing the gas pedal and we're literally stuck. So there you have it. The Cadillac unsuccessful because the lip of the car is too low to the ground. So that means we need to pick up the Cadillac. Let's go ahead and test out another vehicle. Now this one is a what do we call this one? I think it's literally like a 4x4, like Gigaraptor or something like that. We're gonna pull this out, and this is a very weird looking car because it's more of a extended cab. So here it is. Now this thing is a beast. I'm not gonna lie, I love the design that I put into this car. Some people feel secondary about the green coloration that I chose, but this is a beast. Now, the only situation here with this was I also used this in the beginning, but it didn't have the off-road tires. So that was something that was stopping me before. And like I said, it's very long because it has, an extended cab kind of build to it, so you can get more functionality out of it. Look at this. Even using this, there's a lot of force. It's barely getting over. I'm pushing it so hard though. But we were able to make it. We made the customization, obviously with the off-road tires that we put on it, and then we kind of lifted the ride up a little bit, more than the stock value. So yeah, those are all the different kinds of vehicles that you guys can use, to enter the military base. Once again, it's bestly recommended that you guys use off-road tires and probably pick up the ride height of your vehicle in order to make it in and out of the military base. Before we go, ladies and gentlemen, I also made another purchase. This is something that I wanted to do in a separate video, but since we're already here, let's go ahead and spawn out what we just bought. It's the modern version of a Bugatti. This was a long time coming, and I am very happy that I was able to successfully do this, and also to successfully put in all of the money that I put into it just to get it to the capabilities. So here we go. This is the Bugatti Divo, or Divio. Can't really pronounce it. It's DYVO. And this is sexy right here. So we put some carbon fiber underneath there so we can get like a reflective gold color. And then of course we have black on the secondary color. And then we went yellow with the lights. And I love this thing. This is like the most controversial vehicle in the game, because when you think about cars that have like body kits and stuff like that, this doesn't have a body kit, but the way that it drives, the way that it hugs the road, the way that it grips to the street, you would think that it was customly made for a body kit and stuff like that. Like, this is a stock vehicle, so that is really, really cool. Like, I literally slide everywhere with this car. But let me show you guys. So if we were to try to enter the military base with this, we have on race tires. We're probably not, yeah, we're not gonna make it that far. We'll make it past all of this stuff. And then that's it. That's all we get from right there. So don't use cars like this. Use big cars. Even if you're not a fan of big cars, just use them anyway, you know? And you have people that are over here that you can actually pick up and drop off.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Tryna make my mama proud of me. I hope my mama proud of me, cause I dropped college just so I could focus on a dream. I know my mama died of me, salute me, now she down with me. Now two bros going back and forth, sibling rivalry. Who this guy gotta be, do numbers like the lottery. The coldest every winter, every summer, nothing hot as me. And if I spring up, bet my nigga on the side of me, ready for a war.